Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover being restrained. So when I'm talking about being restrained, handcuffs. Have you ever been put in a set of handcuffs? Can you escape out of a set of handcuffs? Can you pick the handcuffs like they show in the movies, and that you get the hairpin in there and just and and then you're get them to unlock. It's not quite that easy. Not like you see in the movies. Let's talk about handcuffs. So I have a set. Got them here in my pouch. So this is a real set of handcuffs. These are Smith & Wesson, and I've had them quite a long time. So yeah, they work one way, clasp in there. You'll see a lot of kids playing with toys. The toys actually work pretty much the same way, but these are no toy. I've used these. I've had to use them, and in professional line of work before, and tell you, there's no getting out of them. Now, a couple proper ways. Here's a couple of things different than the movies. So in the movie, you'll see like the cow or the cop or the cowboy, the sheriff, whatever, walks up to somebody and says, "You're under arrest." Slam, and he just slams those handcuffs on to their wrist. These are hard. These are really hard. If you slam those on there, the way you see on it, it's gonna really hurt the person. And it's not. It's you've got to hit it just right. So it's not like very feasible to slam them on somebody's wrist. What you do is you go against the wrist with it. If it's not open already, if you're carrying them closed, and you need to get them on quick, what you do is you just push through onto the wrist. You don't slam the wrist, you just push through, just like that. All right, so you just push through, and then a lot of times you'll see with on the cop shows, or even on YouTube videos where the cops are or the police are arresting someone, and they get their hands behind their back and they're yelling. They're just like, "Ow, ow, oh, it hurts, it hurts." Um, they're not comfortable. They are not comfortable, especially if you're fighting against and someone, and this metal is going up against your wrist bones. It hurts. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, especially if you don't give the police the time to see. So I can get like a finger or two kind of in there, the tips. That's about as tight as you want it right there. Um, so if they don't give the police time to do this, let's go with our handcuff key here. So if you don't give the police the time to do this right here and get in right here, so this is where it locks and unlocks. This is where the handcuffs get locked, so that they don't squeeze any further on your wrist. So because I could, so I'll show you on this one. So I can continue. So until they're locked themselves, you can just keep getting tighter and tighter. But you get in here, and that's what the little nub on the end is for. You get in there and push it over, and now that is not budging. It's not getting any tighter. It's not going to get looser. It's not going to get tighter. So until you give the officer time to lock that in, you run the risk of this clamping down on your wrist to the point where it's going to hurt really bad. And then when it gets unlocked, when you unlock it, there we go. Then that part also resets. So you can just push right through again. So yeah, on those shows, every time I see somebody screaming and crying, saying, "Oh, it hurts, you're hurting me," it's true. I mean, it's going to hurt, and if you fight to where the police are just all they can do is get you detained, or just get the handcuffs on you, and you keep fighting with them, they haven't had time to lock this so that it won't get any tighter, and they can keep it at a comfortable level for you. All right, so that was a little bit some education on handcuffs. There we go. So these are definitely not the easiest thing to pick and get out of either. If you watch the movies and somebody comes, they get the hairpin or the paper clip and get it in there. That is not how these keys are designed. So the keys have a little barrel. It looks like just a little tiny miniature gun barrel. And then it's got just a little extension on the outside there. So that fits very specifically right in there. Now I tried. I was like, so let me try and design. Maybe I could just bend a paper clip. So I got out some pliers, tried to bend it, keep it that same size. Even tried to make a little bit of the end of the paper clip stick out. Getting it in there is so hard. And then I thought, okay, well, what else is this shape? What else is the little shape of this little gun barrel? And the inside of a pen, like a Bic pen. So when you take the actual pen tube out of a pen, it's about that same size right there. So I tried that. And you put it in a couple of different, because some of those ink tubes in the pens, they come in different sizes. Now maybe if I found a metal one, maybe it would work, but with the little plastic ones that all the pens have, you may get one to fit in there. And I even cut like a little notch in it, but it's too flimsy. It just bends rather than it turn the lock. It just bends the plastic. So that didn't work either. So yeah, these are a whole lot harder to get out of than you think. So luckily for when you're out, if you're out on a mission and you get put into handcuffs, you keep a spare key, secret compartment of your shoe. Keep it in your sock. And they're pretty small. There's small keys. They even make some that are smaller than this. This is actually, believe it or not, this is a little bit of a bigger handcuff key. I actually have one I have a nicer set of handcuffs that are a hard plastic, much easier to work with. And they come with it had a really nice key that I had gotten. It's like more of like a little wand. Super easy to work with, has a really long little nub on the end, so you could get to that adjustment fast, so that they're comfortable. So, I mean, the whole goal really is for these is when you need to restrain someone, you're not trying to hurt them. You're literally trying to keep them from hurting you or themselves or anyone else around you. So, um, the meaning of these is to restrain and to keep from somebody getting hurt. That's why that whole mechanism is on there to try to make them as comfortable as possible, because they're not meant to cause pain. Now, some police are trained to use these, though. However, as a I forgot I was going to show you that as a method of creating pain, because let's say you get this on there. So usually you'll see sometimes the police, they can get one handcuff on there. They'll get one cuff on there, and they're struggling to get the other hand, because it's hard to get both hands this close together. And what I hate is when they're like, give me your hand, and they're trying to rip somebody's arm around them. A lot of times they're not doing it in such a way to where that person can't normally move that direction. So sometimes they'll say someone's resisting when actually they're pulling on the arm the incorrect way. And then they're blaming the person, and they are hurting the person because they're not pulling their arm in the right direction. So like something, if you're trying to pull someone's arm out this way, it doesn't bend that way to go around. So yeah, sometimes they're not doing it correctly, and that's what's causing frustration on both sides. But if somebody really is fighting, they get one hand in there and they're fighting it. Well, then a police officer can take that and just start twisting it. And I mean, that little bit that I just twisted it right there, oh, that hurts. Right on that bone right there. And you start twisting. Oops. You start twisting that cuff on that bone right there. What do they call that? Not pain management, pain incentive, something like that. Sometimes they'll use pressure points. They'll even take a pen and push it on the back of the thumb, or just there's pressure points where pain compliance. That's what it is, pain compliance. So handcuffs can be used for that pain compliance, and they hurt. They do hurt. So, oops, I put it on backwards. All right, there we go. All right, so that's a little bit of an education on handcuffs. Maybe you've never used them before properly, the way that or what they were intended for, anyway. And but so yeah, that's a little bit on handcuffs, and I guess we will see you in the next video. I'm gonna put these away, and hopefully I will never have to use these again. All right. Thanks for joining me on this video. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.